This program comes to you by electrical transcription. The Treasury Star Parade. With Mary Jane Walsh, Paul Lucas, Mady Christians, Al Goodman and his orchestra and chorus, and Frederick March as master of ceremonies. Our slogan, Millions for Defense.
Any bonds today? Bonds of freedom is what we're selling. Any bonds today?
This is Frederick March, ladies and gentlemen, in another of the new series of programs brought to you by the Treasury Department. Let's start with a brand new song by Irving Berlin, with Mary Jane Walsh, Al Goodman's orchestra and chorus. It's called This Time.
'Twas not so long ago we sailed to meet the foe and thought our fighting days were done.
We thought the fighting days were done.
But now our fighting men are over there again to win the war that wasn't won.
We're ready to go. This time we will all make certain that this time is the last time.
This time we will not say curtain till we ring it down in their own hometown. For this time we are out to finish the job we started then.
And we'll be there to
Clean it up for all time this time, so we won't have to do it again. So this time we will all make certain that this time is the last time. This time we will not say curtain till we ring it down in their own hometown. For this time we are out to finish the job we started then. Clean it up for all time this time, so we won't have to do it again.
that we won't have to do it again.
Thank you, Mary Jane Walsh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I should like you to meet two very good friends of ours, Paul Lucas and Mady Christians, who have made a special trip in from Philadelphia where they are playing in Lillian Hellman's Watch on the Rhine. Hello, Paul and Mady. We're happy to have you with us.
And we are happy to be here, Freddie.
I see. All rehearsed. Huh? You remember what we talked about, Mady, the last time we met?
Yes. We talked about being afraid.
And there was one man at the table who said he had never been afraid, that only cowards are afraid.
That's not true. We're all of us afraid sometimes. I don't care who we are. At some time or other in our lives, something happens. A crisis of some sort, and we are horribly afraid.
The most magnificent thing about man is that he's capable of rising above his fear. There is something in him, a will, an indomitable spirit which in moments of great danger transcends even his greatest fears and carries him through. Most of us here in America are a little afraid today, a little frightened of the future and what we have to do, I think. But that is not going to stop us from doing it.
In our play, there's such a scene. Kurt Müller has been doing underground work against the Nazi terror in Germany. For 7 years, he and his American wife, Sarah, and their 3 children have been wanderers all over the face of Europe, wherever his work would take him.
And wherever the danger of the Gestapo would drive him.
And then at last, broken in spirit and body, hounded by the Gestapo, he escaped with his family to America, to the home of Sarah's mother in Washington. Now, at last, they were away from it all, the dangers, the horrors, safe in the peace, the security, the freedom of America. And for the first time in years, they were happy.
And then one day, danger came again. From a Count Peck de Brankowitz, who suspected my identity.
At the same time came the alarming news that Kurt's friends in Germany, who were working for free Europe from Nazi despotism, had been captured by the Gestapo. That if the work was to go on, Kurt must return immediately to Germany to help them escape. But between Kurt and his mission stood the sneering, implacable figure of Tech de Brancovis.
Your hands are shaking, Herr Müller.
My hands were broken in 1935. They are bad when I have fear. I understand that you are not a man of fears, Count de Brancovis. And that is so strange to me. Because I am a man who has so many fears.
Yes, Kurt was afraid. My husband, the bravest of all men, was still afraid. Later, when Tech was gone and only my mother left with us, I turned and spoke to him. What happened, Kurt?
The telephone was from Mexico. Ilse received the cable. Early in the morning, they caught Trist and Ebert, and an hour later, they took Max in Berlin.
After so many years. If Max got caught, then nobody's got a chance. Nobody.
But you're here. You're in this country. They can't do anything to you. They wouldn't be crazy enough to try it.
There's nothing to worry about as long as Kurt is in this house, Mother. But Kurt must go back to get Ebert, Trista, and Max. Is that right, Kurt? Is that right?
Yes, darling. I must try. They were taken to Sonnenburg, and guards can be bribed there. It has been done once before at Sonnenburg. We'll try for it again. I must get back, sir. I must start.
Of course you must go back. I guess I was trying to think it wouldn't come, but... Kurt's got to go back, Mother. He's got to go home. He's got to buy them out. He'll do it, too, you'll see. But it's hard enough to get back. Very hard. But if they knew he was coming... They want Kurt bad. Almost as much as they wanted Max. And then there are hundreds of others, too. Kurt, darling, don't be scared. You'll get back. You'll see. You'll get Max out, all right? And then you'll do his work, won't you? That's good. That's fine. You'll do a good job the way you've always done. Kurt doesn't feel well, Mother. He was wounded. And he gets tired. You don't feel well, do you, Kurt? Don't be scared, darling. You'll get home. Don't worry. You'll get home. Yes, you will.
Portrayal of the fear of two people and the triumph of the unconquerable human spirit. If any of you has ever been afraid, and if you've ever felt that overpowering sense of fear and panic come over you, just remember this. Fear is the most basic instinct in mankind. But everything man has ever achieved or accomplished, he has done as a result of overcoming that fear. And there's one other thing. We've been taught from earliest childhood, thou shalt not kill. Is there ever any justification for killing, for taking the life of another human being? Well, let's see. What do we men want out of life? What do we work for and strive for? We want a home, family, security for our loved ones, the right to plan and work and build, and be free men. And when we see these things imperiled, the lives of our loved ones threatened, the prospect of our lands wasted and our homes ruined, when we see that the tyrant would make free men slaves and liberty a myth, turn our whole American dream into a nightmare, and ravage and destroy our civilization, we realize that in order to protect and preserve these things, we may even have to kill. This same problem comes to Kurt Müller. When his own safety and the safety of his family, his friends, and his cause are threatened by the man de Brancovis, he does away with him. And now, before he leaves on his dangerous mission, he tries to explain to his wife's family, who do not yet know what has happened, what he has done and why.
I do what must be done. How can I make you understand? I've stopped a man's life. I sit here and listen to him. You will not believe me, but I pray I will not have to touch him. And then I know I will have to. I know if I do not, it is only that I pamper myself and risk the lives of others. I know what I must do. All right. Shall I pretend our sorrow? Shall I pretend it's not me who acts thus? No. I do it. I have done it. And I will do it again. And I will always keep my hope that we may make a world in which all men can die in bed. I have a great hate for the violent. They are the sick of the world. Maybe I am sick now, too.
You're not sick. Stop that. It's late. You must go soon.
Maybe all that I have ever wanted is a land that would let me have you. Now I wish to talk to the children. Come here. Let us get straight together, the four of us. Do you remember when we read Les Miserables? You remember that we talked about it afterwards, and Bodo got candy on Mama's bed. Well, Jean Valjean stole bread. The world is out of shape, we said, when there are hungry men. And until it gets in shape, men will always steal and lie and kill. But for whatever reason it's done, and whoever does it, you understand it is all bad. I want you to remember that. Whoever does it, it's bad. But you will live to see the day when it will not have to be. All over the world, in every place, in every town, there are men who will make sure it will not have to be. In every town, every village, every mud hut in the world, there is always a man who will fight to make this a good world to live in. And now goodbye, Sarah. Men who wish to live have the best chance to live. I wish to live. I wish to live with you. Wait for me. I shall try to come back for you. Or you shall come to me. At Hamburg the boat will come in. And it will be a fine and a safe land. And I'll be waiting on the dock for you. And there will be the four of you, and Fanny and David. And I will have ordered an extra big dinner. And we will show them what our Germany can be like.
Thank you, Paul Lucas and Mary Christian. You have brought to us in vivid language, with superb acting, a reminder of the most important truth we must face in our world today. We know we have a difficult job before us, the most difficult job ever faced by any people in the history of the world. But no matter what the cost, we know that we are right. We are going to do our job and do it well. We are going to make the world a good place to live in once again. If all the decent things in life, home, family, freedom, are worth having, they are worth fighting for. And we at home can fight in many different ways. Do your job. Do it the best way you know how, and save. Buy defense bonds and stamps. Save to save your country. Budget a part of your income every week and join the Treasury payroll savings plan wherever you work. Defense bonds and stamps are your way of investing in America. It's your country. Keep it yours.
The United States Treasury Department thanks the distinguished artists who gave their talents to this performance. Frederick March, who acted as our Master of Ceremonies, Mary Jane Walsh, Paul Lucas, and Mady Christians. Orchestra and chorus were under the direction of Al Goodman. Writing by Hal Block, John Latouche, and Malcolm Meacham. Produced by William A. Bacher. This is Larry Elliott speaking.